Hey, we back. All right. Shout out to everybody that have been wanting this. You know, this is uh this is gonna be fun. Okay. Now, I want to just say this because I'm gonna bring my girl Rasa Gal in here in a little bit. But this was a heavily requested interview because she was cooking some girls on my videos, you know. Um Other things I want to talk about is that guys, if you have any questions for Queen Diamond, okay, make sure you put it in the chat. Okay, if you got any questions for Queen Diamond, put it in the chat. But we got a lot to discuss, because honestly, to me personally, during these gender wars, it's good to see women who can kind of not be led by feminism, right? Like what I like about this girl I'm going to bring up is that she's not led by feminism, right? She's a black girl. She has an interesting past. We're going to talk about her life, her upbringing, but most importantly, her take on what is really wrong in modern dating, right? Like, there's a lot wrong with modern dating. Also, shout out to all the members. I just launched memberships. So, yeah, if you want to support the channel, please become a member. We have two groups. We have the Silver Squad. We got the Gold Squad. And your donations are appreciated. It helps keep this channel free and productive, right? Keeps me going. And also helps me bring more guests, because at the end of the day, the more poppin' we are, the better guests we get. All right. But also and I know you guys are respectful. Please respect my guests. We're trying to have a serious conversation here. I'm not trying to bring anybody here to get battered. You might not agree with everything she has to say, and that's fine. I don't agree with everything she got to say. But what's important is that we have the dialogue, we have the discussion, so to see if we could come to some logical conclusions about what the hell is going on, right? What else? I had some other couple. Oh, we just hit 15,000 subscribers today. Shout out to all my new subscribers. 15K. I'm happy about it. We're pushing to 20K, then 50K, then 100K. I really want to get that silver play button. So please, if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. We have over 100,000 regular viewers on this channel. So please support the brother. Subscribe to the channel. All right. Anyway, without further ado, let's get the show started, man. I'm gonna bring up Rasigal, aka Queen Diamond. You know what I'm saying? And let's get the party started. So without further ado, my girl, what's going on, baby?
Hello, everybody.
All right. Yo, honestly, I'm glad you decided. When I DM'd you, I'm like, yo, I hope she does this show because you gave us some good ass laughs. You gave us some real good laughs. Like, my channel was just like,
Daily.
yes, they were just like, we need to see her, and I think the reason why is because we don't really expect black girls to agree with men on a lot of these dating issues, right? Like, we can probably
hmm
agree on a lot of the racial issues, but it just seems like the feminists got our women in the chokehold. You know what I'm saying? So I want to talk about your upbringing. I think it matters, but I want to talk about why you doing what you're doing now. Like, why are you saying what you're saying now? And why does everyone got a problem with it?
Well, honestly, I can just say I'm just being me. Honestly, I'm just seeing content on my For You feed. Then I'll look at it like, what the hell? And then I'll have a response. I'll just go make a video on it. That's just really how I've been on TikTok since I've started being on TikTok in 2021. But I've been on the opposite side of the argument before. And that's what I was, going with as far as the men ain't shit and all that, all that. I don't need a man for nothing. I do everything on my strong, independent woman, you know what I'm saying? So I was on that side. And then I've changed over time, over the years, and stopped doing certain things and started my healing journey, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of shit started changing for me. And then I talk to my friends like that. So I just talk to TikTok like I'm talking to FaceTime, and it just blew up.
Nah, I remember, so like you were on my For You page one day,
Hmm.
and like I couldn't stop laughing. I had to like you were cursing a lot in this particular video. I still wanted to use it, so I had to go through and like edit out a lot of the curses. But it was funny. I had no problem with the curses. Just YouTube is just so,
I'm a potty mouth.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, I had no problem with it. To me, it was entertaining. Um, but the channel, if you want to be profitable on YouTube, there's a
Yeah.
lot of rules, and you got to be like ad friendly and shit.
Yeah.
Um, but I like the thing that I thought was so funny was I didn't expect you to go so hard on girls. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do you ever feel like a lot of women can't say what you want to say, but they want to?
Yeah. Because I've seen some of the comments, like, other videos are like, I agree with you and I would support you, but what you said about old girl, I can't rock with you. I won't support you. And I'm just like, but you are. So it just they're contradicting themselves. A lot of women are living in denial. A lot of women feel like there's nothing wrong with them. A lot of women feel like there's nothing that they need to change. And that's far from the truth. And I was one of those people who felt like it was nothing wrong with me. We always get with men and be like, I know I'm not the problem. I know I'm not the problem. At some point, when you go through so many men, you are the problem.
Mm.
So where do you take accountability and be like, hey, maybe I need to take a step back and look within and reflect on some things and change some things about myself, and maybe I'll start receiving what I'm supposed to. I'll start attracting the type of people I'm supposed to attract. You are who you attract. So that saying is true. I don't know if y'all want to believe it or not, but it is true.
So what you think? To me, like I realized that like a lot of girls in our community, and I can't speak for just all communities, but like in the black community,
Hey,
it just seems like every girl gets pregnant by a dude that they don't want, and that's when they start their single motherhood journey. Like they get
absolutely.
knocked up by like either a loser or a dude that had no ambition, and now they want to elevate to this high value woman where it's like, oh yeah, I can't talk to me. So now it's like we have all these cocky single moms, and I be thinking to myself like, damn, like I get it, like you're bad, you're attractive, but how come you don't realize that you ain't the shit no more? You know what I'm saying? Like one, and it's okay. Look, I'm not saying like F single moms, but I'm just trying to say like if y'all want us to be humble about shit, like if we broke, right? Y'all want to humble us when we broke, or if we're short, right? Like sit down, shorty, or if we got little dick, y'all want us to be humble
Hmm.
about that. How come y'all can't be humble about being undesirable as well? Like you know what I'm saying? Or if you're overweight,
Yeah.
right? Like
And that's exactly my thing. Like, cause I've dealt with that. I was that type, I was the type to be like, I couldn't take that type of criticism or nothing. I always feel like somebody was coming at me. But like I said, once I started looking at myself, the way that they were talking, like I was talking to myself, how people would talk to me like, girl, you need to do something with yourself. Why are you dressing like this? And why is you got your body out? And you want to be respected, but you're not respecting yourself, or you're not treating yourself with the same treatment that you're trying to receive from somebody or anyone. Like a lot of women seek validation, and it's really sad because I swear the only validation you need is from yourself, and then everything falls into place after that. Everything in life really starts with yourself. Everything in life is a choice, and everybody is choosing to be miserable, and it's sad. I want us to get it, but it's like I've seen the conversation been happening for so long. I was a part of the argument, you know what I'm saying? I was part of the problem. And then now that I'm not a part of the problem, I see why people who weren't a part of the problem, or the people who are trying to make a change for us as black people, they don't want to deal with the likes of, where they used to be, or people like that, because it's like talking to a brick wall. You're talking to it's like a broken record. You just keep saying it, keep saying it, keep saying it, and nobody's gonna do it until they ready to do it. People are selfish ultimately.
I'm just trying to figure out like what's going to be this. So, like what caused you to change, and could black women make the same change that you made? Like what was it? What sparked it for you?
No credit given, but it took a man. It took a man. It took a man that I actually liked, actually grew to love, grew to care for. And it wasn't just like it started off as, oh, we're in a relationship. It was 4 years of we friends with benefits. I was a stripper for 4 years prior to me meeting him. So I continued stripping for, no, I was like 5 years in, 4 or 5 years in, whatever. I'm a 10-year retired stripper. So let me just say that. I'm gonna put that out there.
Oh wow.
The dude who helped me or aided in me changing myself, he needed to heal his goddamn self. So that's another story. And this ain't about him. But it took for me to start like really caring for him and be like, okay, well, what's wrong? He always telling me I talk to him a certain way that I don't talk to him or respect or something like that. So me, I just start going through arguments and seeing my responses. I would see what he would say and see my responses. And every time I would respond, I'm not responding to nothing he said to me. I'm responding on a whole nother topic. I take his piece of what he said and I'm like, oh, well, F you, you don't want me and da 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 da. Go be with this mother. You know what I'm saying? Just deflecting. Never once did I try to, you know what, maybe you're right. Maybe I should, maybe I should try a different way. How can I never was willing to try to find a solution. I'm meeting a problem with a problem.
Mm,
So I wanted something different. If I wanted to be married, if I want to have kids, if I want this type of life, clearly what I'm doing is not working. At that point, I have been with my first love and then one other guy. And then I was with a guy after before this one I'm talking about. And I was engaged to him. And that didn't even work out. Not to say he wasn't a good guy or no shit like that, but the negativity overweighed the positivity for me. And it was just a lot of disrespect on both ends, not just his end, but it was ultimately disrespectful on his end. And then I met this guy. And at that point, I was just like, I don't want a relationship. At this point, I'm not looking for nothing serious because every time I did it, it was BS. So with this one, I just took it differently. I was friends with him for 4 years, and we got to the point, and then I going through the stuff and reflecting on myself, and I started making a change. And then eventually, he didn't even tell me to stop dancing. He told me he would never tell me to stop dancing. He never told me what to do. He just always was giving me the brutal, honest truth, whether I liked it or not. Like he was like, I'd rather hurt your feelings than you learn this later down the line. I don't know if that was his way of doing it, but it worked. And I stopped dancing about almost 2.5 years ago now. Um, and I just look at black men in a different light.
mm,
Understanding him on a different level, and his mental health and things like that, like really sitting and crying with that man and things like that, like and taking my own feelings out of certain situations just to understand and not judging and not shaming nobody for what they went through because when I tell my story, I don't want nobody to do that to me.
mm,
So and I have a brother. I only have one brother, so I understand that black men don't have a lot of safe spaces to even express anything because you're expected to be a certain way. So I knew that even with the dude I was with, like even if I stay with him or I leave him, whatever I learned from this situation was valuable because it changed me for the better. And I can say it was for the better for myself because I've honestly had nothing but blessings come my way since I've changed my ways. Like when I was stripping and stuff, I was always in some shit. Like I was with people who was, you know, with the club, whatever, and people, and I'm in cars with people, and they getting drinking and getting drunk and arguing, and now everybody don't like each other, and people getting in car accidents trying to get other people. I was just like, okay, something's not right. I'm in the hospital dislocating knees, people pushing me off balconies, types of negative stuff just
oh,
happening.
put you off a balcony?
hmm A
God,
guy, a
Jesus.
guy pushed
Jesus.
me over a balcony.
How many floors you up?
Only one, but
Okay,
still,
okay, okay.
I fractured my tailbone. So,
Oh,
and there was
damn.
a man, he did not soft push me. He pushed my ass. Like I've been through some things. So
I
I've
want
seen
to
the
ask this
bad
though.
side of black men and I've seen the good side. What
I
was your
want to
question?
ask. I'm trying to figure out, like, all right, because you said you had a fiance.
hmm
He's not the one that sparked the change.
No, he wasn't.
So then, what was it that this dude, I guess, who was your friend for like 4 years? I think you said, right? What was it? Do you know what it was? I mean, it's probably like many things, but is there anything you could pinpoint? Because you also said that like you went through like the conversations and you realized like, oh, so you told my text messages? You went through text
Yeah,
messages?
like I keep everything. I'm a Pisces. It may not make it don't matter, but I'm a Pisces and I'm a FBI detective agent. So anytime I'm in any relationship, I'm keeping every picture, every dot. Like I keep everything just for record because I know people like to lie on people if shit goes south. And I'm gonna always protect me. My dad always told me protect myself. I'm gonna keep myself covered at all times. But I've kept every message from the time, the literal day I start talking to the guy. And I would literally in my downtime or when I'm crying about our situation or whatever, and I'm going through the motions, I'll go back and read. And then I'll go write about it. And I'm just like, damn, I was really crazy. I used to just trip the hell out for no reason. Bro, what was you tripping for?
So
Like,
was
why
it
don't you
him?
just
Was it
listen?
just your time?
Say that one more time.
Was it not him in particular? Was it just like your time? Like,
Yeah,
was
honestly,
it him,
yeah.
or was like you just all these things that came to a point where you were going to evolve anyway, and he just happened to be the person you evolved with?
He started by saying things. Like it didn't just start because I was just, oh, I want to change. Like he literally started saying stuff to me, and at first I didn't care. And I started to care because intimacies, feelings started getting involved after some time because it went from just friends we every once in a while to a couple times and then all the time and now it's consistent. So then the feelings built after that because I'm like, okay, he keep doing this with me. Clearly he wants something more than that. All right, let me talk to him about it. And then whatever. So it just went from there. Um, but no, I will. That's why I say I don't give him too much credit because I did the work. I wanted to do the
No, yeah,
change, but
yeah,
it took
absolutely.
for him to like just say certain things to me, like if like he would say things like, "I would never marry a woman like this," or "Men would never do this with a woman like this." Like the hard shit that I be saying on TikTok, he
Yeah.
was literally saying it to me, and I'm just like, "Why are you talking to me like that? Like who does
Well, he
that?"
never
Then
said I would never marry you. He just said I wouldn't marry a woman like this. So he third
yeah,
person
like
did it.
my kind of woman, I is not like that. I wouldn't deal with that type of thing. It was never, I'm not
Mm.
fucking with you, because he kept doing it. You know what I'm saying? But he was just like like putting in my ear like little bugs, like, hey, whatever you doing, I don't fuck with that. If you gonna fuck with me, you gonna like either you gonna stop or you gonna do what comes with it. I just decided to stop doing certain things because I care. Like when you like somebody and you want somebody, you're gonna make that change. I feel like a lot of women don't like who they be with. That's why they don't give a fuck.
So do you feel like if black women are gonna change, they're gonna have to change for a man?
No, not necessarily, because they can do it on their own. But
But
clearly,
it worked for you.
it worked for me. I'm one of a kind.
All right. I'm just saying, do you feel like this could work for this route could work for other? I'm trying to
It
figure out
could.
like, if we could have some solutions because I don't feel like we have any. Keep it real with you, like we don't have. I make all this content. Like I'm gonna put an example, right? I put out 500 videos this year, and it was reacting to a lot of videos like yours and other girls on TikTok. So I
Mhm.
probably reacted to like well over like 3,000 different girls this year, like just reacting
Yeah.
to their videos. And I don't feel like I've seen any progress between now and then. Like it's the
Me neither.
same. I literally make the same video every day, just with different people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious if you feel like if black women are gonna change, is gonna be changing for a dude that they want, and if they're gonna change for a dude that they want, then if his job to do is similar to what your dude did, which is just like don't attack you directly, but say shit like, "Hey, I would never marry a black girl with da 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 da," or "I'll never."
Or men don't having conversations like men don't respect women who do this, or men don't like women who do. When I kicked it with a lot of dudes. And besides just what he said to me, so it was what he said, and I got a whole bunch of male homies, whether they pimps, drug dealers. I got all types of homies. It's just they can even be squares, suit and tie, all types of shit. But I listen to a lot of men. And they talk bad about women. Like when I say they do talk bad, they talk bad, but it's they talk bad because like women don't want to change. And then you expect men to be these men, but y'all won't do the change. Like it's nothing for them to respect when there's nothing to respect. There's nothing to respect. A woman always like, oh, I ain't a man for nothing. That like every time you say something about a woman, she's gonna tell you what a man should have did or what a man did. It's
Mhm.
always like a rebuttal about, oh, well, the man did this or it's not my fault. Like, where do you just say, okay, like maybe I do need to look within myself or whatever. Like, why can't you just accept what's being said versus rebuttaling all the time? Like, two things can always be true at the same time. Your rebuttal could be true and that statement can be true. But we're talking about the statement. It's deflecting. Everybody wants to deflect when black women, not all, but enough, deflect more than they accept.
No, yeah, we call that whataboutism. What about
Yeah.
men? What about this? What about that?
Yeah.
Not me. Yeah, it's the form of deflection. So you don't feel all right. So you don't feel like how it worked for you, it'll work for other black women.
Mm-mm.
So
Not
then
all the
what
time.
do you what you because you're not like a girl that don't have any girlfriends. It's not like you only hang with niggas. You're
Right.
cool. I see the girls in the comments. Clearly
Mm-hmm.
there's people here for you. Like I even think I seen this girl simply Sherlene something.
Charlene, that's
Yeah,
my girl.
I think I seen her. Like was she the one that had the live stream that we're on?
Yeah, that's whose live you came in. And I was like, this is my friend Shape.
Okay, okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. Hey man, I'm gonna let you rock for a little bit more. But if you want to bring people in, we could definitely bring people in. We could make this a little party. You know what I'm saying? But I want to highlight you first, just because my audience asked for you. But we could definitely, if everybody down to cam up, especially the girls, if you here for Queen Diamond and you want to just give your 2 cents on this, because we definitely want to hear from you. Like I think black women think black men don't want to hear from them. We do want to hear from you, and we kind of want this to be resolved because at the end of the day I want some beautiful brown thing in my bed at night. You feel me? Like I
Yeah,
want that's what I want personally. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about passport, bro. This passport, that's cool and all. But if I went overseas, it'll be still looking for that pretty brown thing. You
black,
feel
black.
me?
You
So,
hear me?
so
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Can we make this shit work on right here? You feel me?
You can
Yeah,
bring some people up. I'm cool with that. I don't mind. Is there some questions? Oh, first and foremost, thank y'all everybody for coming and asking for me, number one, and coming to support me and see me, number two. Y'all can follow my YouTube. Y'all can follow my TikTok or my Instagram. I'm gonna have all my stuff in the comments at the end, but I'm
yeah.
gonna let
And
him continue.
I'll have you I got your TikTok in the description already. So you
Okay.
guys can check out, follow Queen Diamond, aka Rasa Gal. That's how we found you. But her real name is Diamond, okay? So we go with Queen Diamond, but you
Actually, my
know,
real name is Tiani, but I go by Queen Diamond.
all right, never mind. See, even I don't know. Okay, I'm just following the orders. Okay,
I'm a
there's a lot
mystery.
of layers. This girl is just like every time we go through one thing is a something else. You know what I'm saying? So she like an onion. You know what I'm saying? She'll make you cry. You feel me? So
I really will. I'm
if you
making
cut
them
her,
cry. I
she'll make you
got
cry.
4,000 comments of women crying.
I seen that. Like when I reacted to your video, I'm like, yo. I was like, there's no way. And I thought initially to myself, I was like, all right, so she can't have any girlfriends, yo. There's no way she has
I
any. That's
have
what I thought.
so many though.
That's what I'm saying. So I was like, wait a minute. So like clearly, like, and you don't hold back on your friends. Like if you say like this in public, you gotta be saying it to your friends.
I literally am cutthroat. I have a friend that literally my nickname is Cutthroat. We call each other cutthroats.
Mm,
I have no filter. I've literally been like this all my life. Well, not all my life because I used to be bullied back like in elementary and middle school. But then I stopped no in high school. When I got in my first fight, I grew a lot of balls. So at that point, it was up from there. That was where my little aggressive attitude or approach comes from. I just don't care. I'm like how life is. The world don't really give a fuck about no feelings. So why would I really care about somebody? I'm gonna tell you if I care about you and I'm talking to you, I'm going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. The way I want to say it. I'm not coddling your feelings because I don't expect you to coddle mine. I don't want to be coddled. I want to be told the truth, and I want to be told something real. I'm not looking for you to make me feel good, to pacify me. No, none of that. I don't like it. I used to be a people pleaser, and I got tired of it. I got tired of holding my tongue. I got tired of, oh, maybe they'll get mad if I say it like that. Like, no, like, nah. You gonna hear it how you need to hear it, and I'm gonna say it how I need to say it. If you don't like it, don't talk to me.
mm.
It's as simple as that. Everything in life is a choice, right? You do not have to talk to me.
I want to know is because you know what I've realized after coming across you is that as long as the only thing we need black women to do, some people say, oh, black women are too masculine, black women are too this, too black. The only thing we need from black women is just for them to understand. Like, after I
Exactly.
met you, I'm like, you know what?
It's so simple.
Once you understand, like, we can make this shit work. Like, you get it. So now I could get why, your relationship with your man is working so well because it's like you really don't need to change a million things. Once we understand each other, like, all right, this could work. You know what I'm saying? It don't gotta be
Baby, your phone.
like I even think like um I think we do need black women to get in better shape and blah blah and all the other stuff like that. But we could work on that together. It doesn't have to be like, all right, you have to show up with this. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like if they show up with at least the understanding first, we could win. You know what I'm saying? Like
You know
that's
how many big people get together and get small together?
that's what I'm saying.
I've seen it happen. My sister wasn't big, but the guy that she ended up marrying was big. They both went in, did they little journey together. So, and then they got married after, like maybe 2 years after or so. But it can people can do it together. A lot of people want to do things alone. They feel like everything got to be done. I'm gonna do it by myself, or I'm gonna go buy my body. And nah, just take care of yourself. Y'all be wanting to go get stuff done instead of doing the work. Y'all want to take the easy way out.
Mm.
I rather my thing in life is I rather be temporarily uncomfortable than being permanently stagnant. I will be uncomfortable to get where I need to be because everybody like growth is uncomfortable. That's why I say it like that. So in order to grow, I'd rather be temporarily uncomfortable to get where I need to be versus being stagnant permanently. Thinking the way I'm thinking, that's out. Then who I'm gonna have to blame besides myself in the end? Because all I'm gonna have is myself.
So
But
you know
I'm
a
a
lot of
woman who want to be married and shit, so I ain't going for none of that.
you said you don't want to be married.
I do. I say I'm a girl that wants to be
Oh,
married.
so
I
you want
want
to
to
be
have
married.
kids. So I was just like, yeah, nah. I see too many women that I know and in my life, whether it's family, friends, or whatever, that's just doing whatever they want to do, and everybody on welfare, Section 8, all time. Nah, I'm cool.
You
Y'all,
want
that's
that.
struggling.
I want to. You know what? I got some. Let me write this down so I don't forget about that because I actually have a question about that. And so, let me. Everyone knows me for taking notes during my my video. So let me
Yeah,
take
I
notes
actually
during
seen
this.
you taking notes while you was watching my video. I said, this man writing notes. Come
Yeah.
back here.
So all right. And shout out to your man. I see him in the video. Hey, bro,
He
you
said,
got
shout
your
out to
real
your
one.
man. Hey,
Shout
bro.
out to him. You feel me? Like I support brothers that got understanding women. Not a lot of us do. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, a lot of the headache comes from not understanding, bro. Well, you got a girl that understands what's understood don't need to be explained. Like we don't got to do all this explaining. A lot of the issues we have in the black community, we just arguing about shit that should be already understood. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So shout out to him. I do want to touch back on your views on dating, but I wanted to ask this. Um, a lot of black women feel like when we give them criticism that we hate them, we don't like
Mm-hmm.
them. Oh, and so a lot of things you see on TikTok is, oh, he hates women. And it's like we can't convince nobody that we don't hate women. They
Mm-hmm.
think that we sassy and this and that. All these, like you see all the DL videos. Oh, men are DL.
Okay.
Then they hate women. This and this and that. So my question to you is,
Mhm.
do you feel like black men in general hate black women? And there's a lot of us that are on the DL. That's why all these issues are going on. But keep it real. You see that on TikTok. You see that on TikTok. A lot of people
I
think
used
we're
to
on
be one of
the
the ones
DL.
saying it. I ain't gonna lie. A couple years ago, I was one of the ones saying it. So that's why I made the face like.
So okay, but so when you said it back then, how did you view it back then, and how do you view it now? What's the difference?
Well, the reason I said it was different while they saying it. I said it because I was dealing with somebody that I seen shit, so I was calling shit out. That's different. Um, but to answer your question, do I feel like black men just hate black women? Absolutely not. I honestly feel like they love the hell out of them to the point where they irritated that y'all still acting like this, and they gonna talk to you that way because they're tired of it. What do
Mm,
black men do when they tired of it? They get to being assholes. I'm sorry, they do. So take it as love. You know they say tough love. Men gonna give that regardless. I don't care what how you say it, how you want to put it. If they love you, they're gonna give it to you the hard way. My dad did it. I ain't like it. But hey, facts have no feelings, so you're not gonna like it because it's factual.
mm.
It's not for you to like, it's for you to take in, take heed, and understand, process, apply it, move on. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't think black men hate black women. I honestly think it's the opposite way around.
Right? That's what I'm thinking
Yeah.
too. Like, bro, hey, most
I
black
honestly think
men.
I honestly think black women don't like nobody. Because they don't even like each other. Let's be real. Y'all mad at me for saying the truth about Shorty being overweight. She is. They gonna tag McAllister's Deli like let's collab on a date meal for the deli. You gonna go on a coffee date you gonna go on a coffee date, but you gonna go on a deli date? All right. Like we're talking about that's why I get irritated. That's exactly why I get irritated.
Mm,
So yeah, I feel like black women just don't, and it's not all. Let me go ahead and say that because they hate me when I don't say all black women do not act like that, but too many of them act like that, and y'all have got to stop. And y'all want to call it a sisterhood and being a girl's girl? It's pathetic.
mm.
It's asinine. Look up definitions of the words y'all be saying before y'all use them.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you said that because everyone thinks black men hate women. We're on the DL, and I'm be confused because I'm like, but y'all don't y'all like gay black men? Like y'all celebrate them, y'all go get your
They
nails
kick it
done with
with them,
them,
and I'm like,
y'all
let
doing
me.
all this shit with them, but all of a sudden now every black man's like that, and you hate them, and now it's a derogatory term, it's pejorative when you say, oh, you sassy, you this, you that, but y'all wasn't doing that to Saucy Santana. Y'all
Nope.
ain't had that kind of smoke for him. Y'all rest in peace to Roland Ray. Y'all ain't had that kind of
Yeah,
smoke for Roland
I was
Ray.
gonna say.
You feel me? So where is all this now? That like you know what I'm saying? So it's like a double. It's like it's hypocritical. On one side, they're with the girlies. They're one of the girlies. Get a BBL with us. But now it's like this man in DL. So I'm like, yo, this it don't make any sense.
They're
All right,
birds.
let's get back to what you're saying for relationships. You say you want to be married.
Hmm.
Why?
Well, it's something I know I'm going to be.
Mm,
I'm a lover girl. I grew up watching all the little love shows and rom coms. And I grew up watching Young and Restless with my granny. Okay. And my granny was married for a very, 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 very long time.
mm.
Not to say our relationship was perfect. No relationship is. But I don't know how if I could say this because I don't want to be cussing too much on YouTube. That's why I'm watching what I say. Um,
It's 30 minutes in. You can cuss now. You good.
Okay, niggas ain't. If we gonna use that niggas ain't shit narrative, if they ain't shit, find the one that's ain't shit that you can put up with and deal with it. Cause you ain't either. So everybody's not shit. It's everybody thing. So find the ain't shit that match your ain't shit and get with it.
Right.
I feel like that was like prime example of what I could say anybody elder did. I'm not saying put up with no BS, but find somebody you can tolerate. Find somebody that you love and like that you can tolerate they bullshit, whatever they bullshit is, whatever it is, tolerate it. Um, and I just like I said, I look up to my granny a lot because it didn't matter what my grandpa did. They were stable, they were solidified, they had their house, she had her job at the hospital. She worked there for 41 years before she passed. RP my granny. Um, and they were married the whole way through. Come to find out that man was cheating and smoke shit and all that shit. My granny was unfazed, unbothered. We ain't know nothing about nothing. I'm like, that's the dynamic I want to have. In my marriage, like if anything going, ain't nobody gonna know but me and him.
Hmm.
It shouldn't trickle down into the kids. My dad and his siblings are well off. All of
Hmm.
them. They don't know nothing about what their mama went through. She ain't even tell them later. My grandma was never a bitter woman, never a bitter black woman. I've never heard that lady yell. I've never heard that lady cuss, and I've never heard her disrespect her husband or even talk back to that man.
Hmm.
Not to say she was weak. She controlled the household, little did everybody know. But it was because she gave her man respect and he respected her. She made home peaceful. Yeah, you supposed the woman makes a house a home. And then you create a family in it and you just go off of that. A lot of women just don't even know what a family is no more because they mama done taught them how to hate men because they don't
Hmm.
like their daddy, they baby, they father. Like, it starts with the father. It starts with the mother and the father. Like it really does. It's always a black woman. But I always grew up. We got black movies that show this type of dynamic where you got the mama and daddy arguing right in front of the kids and fighting and hitting each other and all this shit. And then the kids just grow up doing the same exact thing. And then you got the parents like, oh, you might as well leave them. What? Like, you know what? I just be like, yeah, it's a repeated cycle. It's a repeated cycle. I don't know how it's going to stop unless they start putting some laws in effect that you can't do this or you can't do that or you can't do this or you can't do that. But they're not going to do that for black people because they don't care about us.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do? Don't know. The ones that want to change, I guess change, and we can keep putting out the ones who are preaching like me and giving out this knowledge. We got to keep doing it. We can't get tired. The second we get lax, we're gonna fail because there's more kids to come.
I think we need better values and we need better attitudes to a lot of these subjects. Like
I feel like
we don't
people need to
value it.
understand what certain things mean. People get standards, preferences, and expectations confused. No, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm
Good
really
point.
not trying to be funny. I'm dead serious. You got women talking about a date is low effort and claiming it's a standard. How the hell is that a standard? A standard should be I'm not having no kids before I get married. Or if I have some
Mm,
kids with a man, I'm going to marry him. But nah, y'all don't be doing that. Y'all be having kids on kids on kids and feeling like if I have another kid, I can get this much on my food stamp card and I can sell it for this. And I just really don't like it. I don't like it. I refuse to be a victim. And I feel like everybody wants to be a victim and get them reparations that black people always claim that they won't. Y'all can keep them. If that's the case, I don't want no reparations. I don't want to be a victim. Leave me out of it.
mm.
I just don't like it. I don't know. It's really annoying. And that's why I cuss and yell on my TikTok because it's not that I'm mad. I'm tired of it. You got some people still got their own mothers like going through this shit in this day and age. It's crazy to not even as a woman to have a goal like, oh, my goal is to not be married. So you just want to live life by yourself. So do you want kids? If you want kids, so now you want baby daddies and you don't want to be married. That's crazy. I digress. That's where I bow out gracefully. And then you got some women who, oh, I want to be married, and then they just so promiscuous and hypersexual is ridiculous. You can't
Mm,
sit down. You can't stay in the house. You want to be seen. Oh, I didn't get to do this when I was a kid, so let me do it now. Nah, it was a reason why you weren't supposed to be doing it.
mm.
Too many
Let
people
me
want to be
interject because
liked.
I know I'm gonna have to guide this because I know you could just
Go.
you can put the whooping down. Let me read this one super chat real quickly. Shout out to Deadly Raver. Shout out my brother $5. I appreciate you. He says, here's some in the collection plate for the good content. Keep on rocking. That's what I'm trying to do. You know, I brought Queen Diamond here because it was requested. You feel me? And I want to just show you guys if you request something, I can deliver. Okay. And shout out to her good heart, good spirit, you know what I'm saying? And keeping it real, not keeping it fake, you know what I'm saying? Keeping it player, you feel me? Because a lot of y'all out here are weird. A lot of them weird out here. I want to read one of these. This is pretty good. She said, simply Sherlene, right? Sherlene. She said, a lot of
Hmm.
people think they are good people and they aren't good. That's
That's
come
facts.
on. That's like for real, for
I
real. I
thought I was
mean,
a good person
yeah.
at first. I'm a good person now, but I wasn't a good person then.
No, I think we all have that problem, but if you're able to look within and come to the truth, that's when it's, you know what I'm saying? You can feel whatever you feel up front, but you had the
Absolutely.
introspection to go dig and look for the truth, and you found what it was, and then you made the adjustment. You said something crazy here, and I wrote it down. People confuse standards, expectations, and preferences. Bro, that I'm stealing that. Fuck
They
you talking
do.
about? I am stealing that. And
I
I
hear
do
it
agree
so
with it.
much.
Huh?
I hear it so much.
No, you're absolutely right. And you know, a whole coffee date thing, and that's kind of where I found your video. You were ragging on that girl for the coffee date. And you know, it was so funny to me because I feel like she did exactly that. She got standards, expectations, and preferences confused. Look, you wanting a man to perform a certain way, that can't be a standard if no man performs that way for you. If you never get that result, how's that a standard? Everybody talking about
Right?
things that they want and they wish, but if you never had that before, it ain't a standard, right?
Absolutely.
It's just an expectation. And you might prefer that happens, but it ain't standard. Everyone's talking, I got high standards. No, you don't got high standards. You got high delusions. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm glad you said that. I'm going to steal that. I want to talk about the 50-50 thing. How do you feel about that? Because to me, I think it's ridiculous that everybody expects a man to provide for their entire lives. Because I said it in this video today. I did a video today. I'm like, you know, it's funny. If a job told a black woman or any woman at that, we're going to pay 50% of your bills on top of your salary, they'll be jumping for joy. Oh, yo, my job paying half the bills, paying half the rent, and they pay me my salary. They've been jumping for joy. But if a black man offer that, oh, you ain't doing enough. Oh, I don't do 50-50. And it's like, bro, who is complaining about getting their bills slashed in half? Only black women. Y'all the only ones that complain. Like, and at the same time, they can't get a job. They're getting evicted. Y'all gonna do everything but cooperate with a black man, which, by the way, y'all gonna double your income. Like your income, my income. Now the income's double, but then slash your bills in half. So what's your take on that? What's your take on 50-50 relationships?
I don't agree with it. Never did. One, I've never agreed with that. One, not say it like that, but I've always been Miss Make Shit Happen. If I ain't got it, I'm a make away. I'm a hustler. I got too many talents to be broke. Not because I got a whatever between my legs. I'm not broke. Like that's another story. But I feel like when you're in a relationship, when it's that dynamic, it's not, you're not supposed to just take. You're supposed to give too. So I honestly feel like where your man is lacking is where a woman should pick up, and where a woman is lacking is where a man should pick up. I mean, of course, if you have a real man, he's gonna want to provide and do things, but I'm pretty sure he's not gonna want to just take care of you and you just sit on your ass and not do nothing. That is crazy. I guess that's the stay-at-home mom shit. Is that what that is? If that's that, I don't agree with that either. You miss. I'm not sitting in the house with these kids all day. I'm going to work. They going to daycare. You go to work. When we get home, we go get. It's a routine. So what I feel like it's whatever works for the household. But I don't feel like anybody should be doing 50-50. At some point, it's gonna be 30-70, 80-20. On either ends. It could be shit 100-100 at some point. That's how I feel, and I look at it. I feel like it's 100% and 100%. You should give your all. I should give my all. Where we lack is where we pick each other up or we figure it out together. I'm not finna sit here and let no man take care of me, because then he gonna be able to feel like some men, not all men, they will feel like they can and can't tell you what and what not to do. I'm not doing that.
You mean
So in
financial
order
abuse?
to exactly, I'm gonna
Does
take
that
it.
really happen though?
If a man, yes, there are some men that lead with, "I'll take care of you, I'll do everything for you," and you get all comfortable and then get pregnant and you are the stay-at-home mom. Now it's, oh, you're not going nowhere. You're not going outside. You can't kick it with this person. You can't kick it with that person. And then that's where sometimes physical and verbal abuse comes into play. When the woman's like, "Oh, you can't tell me what to do." Who can't? I pay all the bills in here. Like, now it's like I have no. Some men will put you in that position to where you can't leave them, even if you tried to. You have nothing, and
But
he sometimes will mentally manipulate you to where you will believe like you can't do nothing if you're that weak. But yeah, I feel like that's two weak people, if you ask me. But I digress.
yeah, I feel like men might. I'm not saying I don't think all men do it, and I'm sounding like a woman now by saying not all, not all, not all.
No, real
But
talk. It's not a lot of them that do that, but
yeah,
there are
because
some.
who's paying for a girl and then they want to like control? I mean, clearly, obviously,
Yeah,
something's wrong here. That girl picked the wrong guy. She only picked him for money.
that's why I said they
She's
both
a
weak.
loser. Yeah, it's like they both messed up on that. Because generally, if you're taking care of a girl, you're doing it with pride. The minute you don't want, listen, if a girl's, you just stop taking care of her. If a girl's too much of a
Absolutely.
problem, you don't need to abuse her. You let her go and let her swim for herself. You go swim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like to me, that's a better version. And y'all might look at that as worse, but it's not abusive. You just got dumped. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's a bigger punishment. But I do feel like when you talk about financial abuse like that, what I think was more regular is women abusing the punani. I think this idea that like, all right, you ain't do what I want you to do, no punani. You ain't
Not
do
giving
this,
you
no
none.
punani. No, everything's no punani. Like every day is like no punani. And it's like, y'all don't want me to abuse you financially. Why are you doing this? What's sex? You know what I'm saying? Why you dangling? And a lot of girls, they don't even realize that that's how they give it up. Like everything is like, you want a treat, you want a treat, no treat. Are you doing this? You ain't gonna get a treat. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just like, I think honestly, we both gotta
Hey,
observe
Maddie.
that we gonna pull levers and strings and try to adjust things the way we want to. But as long as we could check ourselves and say, hey, look, that was wrong, admit that we're wrong, I think we could get past even those type of problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as
Yeah,
people can say, you know what, nah, you're right, I'm doing that, and that I ain't holding up on my deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because ain't no way a woman wants a man to only provide and protect when he feel like it.
yeah.
So there's no way we should only get asked when we feel like it. All right, so I see a lot of people commenting. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. If you here for Queen Diamond only, like my subs, please, it ain't for you. If you click the link and Queen says she don't know who you is, I'm not bringing you up. This is just for her squad, her team. I want the girls to kind of talk because I want people to know that this is a place where we want to hear what Black women have to say. We also want to hear Black women that can understand and have the real conversation. And since this is an opportunity, we got to use this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So if you here for Queen Diamond, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Please call in. We're gonna all have a discussion, talk about it, because we want to hear what everyone got to say. But particularly the women. So I'm gonna be like a fly on the wall. I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying, doing what I do, take my notes, and I'm gonna let the girls rock because I want them to really address why this shit in the Black community not working and what can we do to get the results. You know what I'm saying? What can we do to get the results? All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna put the link in. If you here for Queen Diamond, let me know when you get into the green screen. She gonna tell me who's who. Cause can you see who's in the green screen, Queen? Can you see who's in the background?
And the green screen?
In the green room, sorry. I said the green
No.
room. Okay. So, all right, she can see who the private chat is. So when you get here in the green room, write in the private chat, and whoever she approves, I'm gonna bring in. All right. Uh, while they're coming
Okay.
in, while they're coming in, you said that you watch your grandmother be essentially like a good wife, like, and so maybe you have an advantage a lot of girls don't have. So is it possible that because a lot of these girls never seen what you seen with your grandma, that they're kind of doomed altogether?
Absolutely.
Damn.
And then the new generations coming up are being raised by these women on social media asking their kids, can they get the charger to charge their robes and shit. So, yeah, I
Mm,
do feel like that is a part of why they're going to miss out because they don't have no, they've had not one single female in their life that had a full length marriage that they
mm,
didn't hear no drama about, no nonsense about, no. You've never seen a woman. If you have never seen a woman not disrespect a man, you're not gonna know how to do it.
mm.
But when that's all you've been surrounded by, and that's all the women in your family do, and all the men in your family disrespect women, then that's all you're gonna get and all you're gonna do until you decide to do different.
Have you seen anyone break out of that who grew up
Mm.
in an environment that, like, they never really seen a woman respect the man? They don't know what that even looks like to even duplicate it.
Honestly, yeah, my best friend,
Okay.
and she honestly has a white mother and a black father.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I would say she's safe because she's always been around me. And I talk, like I said, I talk to my friends, like I talk to TikTok. She's I don't know if she was on the live when she was there, but her name is Planet Aries on there. She got the lock. She's the light skinned girl.
Mm-hmm.
But she calls me all the time and be like, you inspire me so much. I look up to you, sis. You're like, you're a big sister to me. And we the same age. Same age. Just like I respect you so much because I've watched you grow. She's seen the trials and errors and the bullshit I've been through. She was there for it all. Like some of it happened at her mom's house. Like I was getting exes pulling up with new girls that they didn't fucking with now with their mamas and guns and shit. And like trying to jump me in. Nobody touched me, but everybody just coming, just a lot of nonsense. But she's one of the ones that I feel like she only was good because she had a friend like me.
Mm.
And I'm willing to teach my friends if they willing to learn. But if you're not, I'm gonna 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna stop talking to you. Because we're not on the same page, and I'm not finna be receiving them calls, and you got drama, and I'm at home happy with a husband, and I ain't got time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But
Let me
yeah,
see.
some women are gonna have it hard, but I don't know if any women are gonna make it's like I said, people don't change until they want to. It's gonna take for you to like somebody and them not to put up with certain things for you to change yourself. You do it for a job, so it's gonna be the same thing in a relationship. Sad to say, not to say a relationship is a job, but you do have a job in a relationship.
Absolutely. Sherlene, what's up, girl?
Hi.
I know you're here for Queen Diamond.
Absolutely.
That's my sister.
There
That's
you
my
go.
sister.
There you go. Hey,
She's
man.
like she's literally me, but the cutthroat version of me. She's like way, way, way meaner than me.
So fun fact, my birthday is March 4th. Charlene's is
Mark
March
said.
6th.
Yep.
So
Oh,
we're literally
Like we're literally just like this. Like, it's crazy.
Sherlene, can you get more light where you're at? I want people to get. Is there any way to get
see.
Uh
more light?
no,
That's
but hold on, give me a second. I can do
Give her
something.
a second.
yeah. I
I'm
want
gonna
you.
get
I
some.
want to be illuminated. Let's. We need to see. We need to see what we see. I know you vibing where you at right now.
I know I'm over
I'm
here
trying to
like
ruin your vibe.
I know I'm over here in like good just
Just chilling.
Zen.
Yeah.
twilight lights and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, give me a second. I got you.
Nah, I bet.
Tatiana Gardner, what do you go by? Because I do not know your government name to be Tatiana Gardner. You talking about preachers, girl? Who is this?
You got some stands you didn't even know you had.
No, I seen China in here. Shout out to China, Maddie. I seen Eric in here. Thank you for coming. And then Cornbread TV too.
That's what's up, yo. You brought them things out. You
I
brought
went
them.
and posted on my Instagram and then went and sent it through my messages in my phone. So
All right, bet. Nah, word. We love that. Cause you know what? A lot of people think I hate black women. So I don't know if you have you watched any of my content. It is controversial because it gotta, I got it to get it gotta, get views and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I watched a few of them. I don't feel like you hate black women.
okay, good.
I feel like you tired of the shit too.
People think you hate black women?
You literally just said you want something nice and brown to lay up. How the hell do you hate black women? I
Right.
don't understand.
Didn't he just say that?
He said I might
And I
go
say it all
overseas,
the
but
time in my videos. I say it all the time. But when you got to keep it real, you got to keep it real. Like, you know what I'm saying? I keep it. I never say, first of all, I try to say in my videos too, I think I'm like Tupac. You know what I'm saying? The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You know what I'm saying? That's like me. You know what I'm saying? But,
yeah,
and no matter how far I go, I'm going to keep saying that. Because I do feel like there is some unnecessary hate towards dark skinned women. You know what I'm saying? So I try
absolutely.
to be the content creator that I don't go for that shit. Like, you ain't saying that on my platform. I ain't saying that on my platform. And I even go as far to say, and a lot of my own audience be getting mad at me. I'd be like, I think black women are the most attractive women in their natural state, objectively, right? And people like,
Hmm.
oh, you're caping. I'm like, I'm not caping. That's just my thoughts. You can think whatever you want. I'm just telling you what I think. You know what I'm saying? If you had a choice between an Asian, a Spanish, a black girl in your bed, you might choose Asian and Spanish. I'm just telling you, I'm gonna choose black. This is me personally, and I've had them all. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you what I want to choose. You know what I'm saying? So I like to be objective in that way. So that's why I'm glad I got you guys here so we can have the discussion. Um, Sherlene, so what is your takes? I asked her about some things like um why do you think we have all these issues in this dating market right now? What do you think it is?
Um, so obviously, like my story is gonna be a lot different than hers. First, I will say I am actually divorced. So I come from a different background. I was married to a Serbian man. So I have been on the other side. I
Oh
do
wow.
have I have a 6-year-old son. So it's like and I've been, around predominantly white people my entire life. So like even though for me personally, I've had, black boyfriends, I've had a black fiance before, like I've been there, but I've been around where it was like Black men weren't checking for Black women. They were always checking for white women. And so at some point, even for me, it was at this like, oh, I must not be good enough for Black men. So let me go try white men out. Right. And so I started dating them once I got to college. And I tell people all the time, after being around them, seeing how they act, what they do, men are men regardless. I say that all the time. Men are men regardless of the race, right? When I say I got dogged out, cheated out, dragged by white men more than Black men, I'm not kidding. Like, they was playing me left and right, but I'm like, I can play harder, so be careful, right? So it was just like, it was always that type of battle. But at the end of the day, I just really had to get into this mindset of just like, men are men. White men aren't treating Black women better. And when Black women say stuff like that, as far as, oh, white men treat Black women better, I say, no, sis, they're not treating you better. They just peeped how to do it, because y'all have been complaining so much that you're not getting the type of treatment that you want from your own men, right? And if you pay attention between white men and white women, hello, like I tell people all the time, white men are the equivalent to Black men, or Black women to Black men. You get what I'm saying? So it's like they're always complaining that like white women aren't treating white men correctly, right? Black women are always saying that Black men aren't treating Black women correctly. So what do? You take the white men that are trying to be the good men to white women, and you take the Black women who are trying to be good to Black men, and you put them together. What all they're doing is just trauma bonding. They're not actually in love. They're just trauma bonding based off the fact that they both didn't get what they wanted from their partner or their race of counterpart, right? So that's something that I had to learn while I was in college, because when I tell you, I had white men ducking and dodging certain type of Black women that they messed with, right? They didn't want them to know that they messed around with a certain type of Black woman. Not me personally, but there was definitely some other ones on campus that they were just like, nah, I didn't mess with her. Like I didn't do, and I'm just like, yo, I was in your dorm when you was doing it. Like, what you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what you doing, right? So it was like, so I just really started peeping how a lot of them acted. So my thing is like, even what Diamond said earlier, you know, for her, it took a man to change. Same, I'm not gonna hold you. Same thing came for me at one point. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I was like, listen, like, because it wasn't even it was never that I was like,
oh man,
how do I say this? I never got to the point where I was like, one, I've never bashed Black men my entire life. I've always loved Black men. I've always had respect for Black men. I just always felt like I was never the Black woman enough for a Black man. And I got like, you know, I got called an Oreo all the time, just based off the way I act, just based off the way I speak, just like the things that I like, this, that, and the third. You know, I never felt like I was part of the Black community, no matter where I was, what I did. And, you know, growing up, I was always trying to shift myself to like fit in, until I got to a point. I think I started doing my own healing journey when I was 25. I'm 30. So it's like, once I started really doing the work and actually really embracing my Blackness and who I am, it made me, not one, did I attract better, I will say that, but two, I became more confident in realizing that the Black community in whole, we have a problem with just being Black in general, right? Like, there is no such thing as just Black, right? We all come in different backgrounds. You know, some of us have I grew up in a single parent household. I'm adopted by Black people, right? Like, you know, some of us didn't. Some of us went to predominantly white schools. Some of us didn't. Some of us, you know, there's all these different types of things. And so when we pay attention to media, when we pay attention to celebrities or whatever the case may be, we think that, oh, they're Black and we should be following them, right? But we should be doing that. And that's not the case, right? And so, like, for me, I just had that kind of mindset. It was like, oh, I'm Black, I should be acting like this. I should be acting ghetto. I should be wearing, you know, Air Jordans. I should be doing this, that, and the third. And it's like, no, that's not even who I am authentically. So what am I doing, right? And so once I started really changing, I didn't change to get a man. I changed because I wanted peace for me. I wanted to let go of all the weight that was like I was holding on, trying to be somebody that I was not authentically me. You know what I'm saying? So once I did that and who I am today and how I brace myself, can nobody tell me nothing, right? I'm very self-aware about myself. Not saying that there aren't going to be things that someone else, like even Diamond, right? We talk all the time. We literally talk every single day. She has no problem telling me like, sis, you know, you like be careful. You might be like, and I don't take it as like, oh, you think you better than me? No, I take it as all right. You know, let me go like look at that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing. It's no like that's the problem with Black women, right? When you try to tell a Black woman something about themselves, right? They think it as if you come in for them, oh, you think you better than me, or whatever case may be. And it's like, no, sis, that's not what we doing. We're just trying to help you elevate to be the best version of yourself because we know how society already looks at Black women. So why do you want to put that stigma on yourself as a Black woman, right? If you know that society looks at Black women being, you know, loud and aggressive and this, that, and the third, why are you putting that on yourself as well? And I say it all the time in my videos, that victim mentality that a lot of Black women have is going to bite you in the ass at some point in time because it's not cute. It's not anything outside of like, girl, you are a grown ass woman. I apologize. I am sorry. You're not the only woman out here who's been SA'd when they were little. You're not the only woman out here who got cheated on, dogged on, dragged by a man, like parents weren't giving you the emotional love that you're not the only woman.
Hello.
At some point, when you become an adult, girl, you're gonna have to pick up your big girl panties and be like, you know what? I can't continue to keep this. I can't continue to be this. I can't continue to allow this person. And this is what I said in one of my videos. All these women who sit up here and act like, oh, I'm taking my power back by dogging out men and disrespecting them. This, that. Baby girl, you're not taking your power back.
You're giving it up.
You still gave it to a man. Like, what are we talking about? You still gave it to a man.
Hello.
Like,
yo,
what?
real quick, yo.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
real quick, can I be part of this friend group? I like this. Can I be part of this? I'm getting
absolutely.
Hey, let me tell you something, Shape. Let me tell you something, Shape. I'm not gonna look. He gonna laugh at me. I'm not gonna hold you. we got men in our group. Okay, my man. We got a couple guys that we collectively talk to, and we have these conversations on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are more than welcome to come join. All we ask is the same thing as you ask in your life. Everybody come and be respectful. We can all have a conversation.
Yeah.
We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, because like as soon, and I said this in one of my videos. If anybody wants to go, you know, go to my TikTok page. It's simply Sherlene. Go follow. But I say in all my videos all the time, I don't have a problem if you disagreeing with me. I don't have a problem if you don't even like the tone that I use. At the end of the day, the message is still going to be the same, right? But my thing is like you coming for me just because, you know, I've had people talk about like my hair. First of all, I have mild alopecia. I'm not like, this is me embracing all of me. And this is taking me a long time to get there. So the fact that if I'm trying to have a conversation with you out of logic, right? And you, the first thing you want to do is come for me about like, oh, you a bald-headed bitch. We're not the same. We're not
okay.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'd rather the alopecia than a wig. I'm just
and I used to wear wigs.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather the alopecia than the wig. You know what I'm saying? And you could still wear wigs. I'm not saying you can't. You know what I'm saying? But if you decide to keep it low or shave it, I'm good with that too.
I love her face.
To be authentically you. That I love her face. I've always wanted Black women to be authentically them. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to rock your hair, I just rock yours.
Exactly.
You wanna know what's crazy? I used to be a glorified wig wearer until I locked my hair. I did not love my hair. Okay. I have thin edges. My hair, I didn't want to take care of my hair. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put a wig on, braid the shit back, put a cap on, put a wig on. Now that I've locked my hair, I refuse to buy a wig. Do you hear me? I love my hair. I love how it is. I ain't gotta do much. I can wake up and do like this and go.
And it's done.
They want to do too much. I'm not a car. I don't want to work on myself all day to be ready.
Thank you.
I don't wear makeup no more. I used to wear makeup all the time. All the time. When I say I woke up and literally in the morning, I beat my face, glued my wig back on, got dressed for the day, and sat in the house with a caked up face and did nothing half the time.
Is Sherlene good? She went black. Did someone cut her TV off?
No, she probably had a call. She thinks this is TikTok.
Okay.
I know. What happened?
Or her service.
Oh yeah, you went black. Your screen went black.
The screen went black.
Dan, one thing I want to repeat.
Don't laugh at her.
Hear me.
My thing.
She said, "Don't change for a man, change for peace." That was damn. I'm gonna start saying that, baby. Don't change for me, change for peace. You at an internal war. You at an internal war with yourself right now, and you ain't gonna win. You ain't gonna win. And I also like the fact you said pick up your big girl panties. Yo,
Yeah.
me, I'm gonna say all this. Girl, pick up your big girl panties for real. Last thing she said I thought was dope was she said white men and black women be trauma bonding.
They
Damn,
do.
damn.
Because the only thing they have in common is the fact they don't like black men.
Mm,
What are you talking about?
damn.
Let's talk about it. And then they get mad when I say shit like they get mad when I say shit about the Willie Lynch. That's where the fuck it started. Let's be real.
Did you hear what we said, Sherlene? We can't hear you.
Can't hear you. We can't hear you. We couldn't see you at first. Oh, you're muted. Unmute yourself. There you go.
Talk.
No. Leave and come back.
Yeah, jump out. We're gonna bring you back.
We're gonna backtrack. But
Yeah. Jump in, jump back, jump in and jump out. Yeah,
they get mad when I can talk about that Willie Lynch though, because that's where it started. The white man took the black man out the house and did all this stuff, and then the black woman, oh, you feel superior to a strong black woman, da da da. Now, just like back then, the white man was sleeping with the black women, having kids. It's the same. It's literally the same thing. It's just not. There's no more slavery anymore. That's the only difference that I see.
Man,
Now white women.
Man, Melissa from Men said both of you girls are gorgeous. Shout out, hey, you feel me? Listen, I could bring when I bring black girls on here, I'm gonna start bringing more because clearly she got a plethora of girls that think like them and rock the natural hairs and are reasonable. We could do this all day. You feel me? Like that's all I want to do. Show this, and that's why when I found your video, I was like, yo, I gotta highlight this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad all this worked out. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad it all worked out.
And it don't just come with age. I need people to understand that it don't matter how old you are, how young you are. There's another content creator on TikTok by the name of Lexia. I love her little light-skinned self. She be preaching. I think she's 19 and she's with like a 40-some-year-old. She be on there preaching. When I tell you, she want us.
Sherlene, can you talk or not?
Speak to the young ones.
Can you hear me?
Yes. All right, we got you.
Okay.
Someone commented that both you girls are gorgeous. I want to make sure you've seen that and received.
Thank you, Maddie.
Oh, thank you, Maddie.
Yes.
That's our girl from TikTok too.
Okay.
Dopest in here. That's my homeboy from TikTok. Thank you,
there you go. There you go. All right, perfect. I don't know if you heard when you got some. I wrote down. I'll be writing shit down. You can't see it from here. But 3 things you said I really liked was you said, "Don't change for a man, change for peace." Quotable right there. You said pick up your big girl panties. Love that. Yeah. And then you also said white men and black women be trauma bonding, yo. I thought that was like, and then she went on and say the whole Willie Lynch thing. This is great, bro. This is I'm happy with this conversation. This is good.
You know what's funny? I say this a lot because I think it's funny that a lot of women don't catch this, right? And so like I grew up in a Catholic household, right? So I did all that stuff that Catholics usually do. And then I stopped being Catholic once I kind of came more into myself, and now I'm just spiritual. And I have my own spiritual walk just like the next person has theirs, right?
Hello.
And so I say it all the time that I think it's funny when it comes to black women specifically, how they sit here and say that like they hate men, they don't need men, this, that, and the third, but you pray to a man.
Like, God is a man.
That doesn't make sense to me. You go to church, your pastor is a man. You know
they didn't used to let women in the pulpit.
Like, exactly. So it's like, how are you sitting here saying that you hate men so much, but yet you're giving such higher power and authority to something or somebody, right? Mm-hmm. That you think is going to give you what you need internally, instead of just doing the work internally so that you can get what you are truly desiring out of life in general, whether it's a man, career, finances, stability, peace, love, joy, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So like those are the things that I like ask women all the time, and they just sit there and be like I can't stand a woman every single time I say something. Like, give it to God. What the fuck are we talking about? What the fuck are we talking about? Because I don't know I don't know. First of all, I say it all the time. Your God and my God are not the same.
Okay.
Listen, we are not the same, okay? Because sometimes I want to be like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if God's not telling y'all to shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Like, I don't get it. Like, but y'all want to pray to God so much, like, and you still have all these issues in your life. So
you want to know why? I'm gonna give you a reason why they talk to that man, because he don't talk back.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Well, when he talk, they don't listen. I mean, it could be one of the other.
When I say they don't listen, can we talk about that?
I want to hold on. I want before I forget this, because to me, you know, this is where, and it's okay that we differ on things, because I'm Christian, so I believe.
Yeah, that's why I seen his face.
So it's okay that we disagree on this, and it's fine with me, because I'm tolerant to people that have different opinions than me. I think that one of the biggest issues is people are intolerant to differences on all sides. You know what I'm saying? So I subscribe to the whole, you're allowed to believe what you want to believe, because you don't need me to believe it for you to believe it, and vice versa. If you got to believe that on your own, and I got to believe what I believe on my own, right? I don't need. What's your thoughts on Kevin Samuels?
Love him.
I just came across a lot of his shit, and I love him. I think he's so. I mean, I wish I would have known more about him when he was alive, but I love him. He really just be telling the truth. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't think a lot of women. I think my thing with Black women, they hate the fact that a lot of the stuff that either me, Diamond, you, another Black man be saying is so truthful, because they couldn't come up with it themselves, right? So it's like there's a part of them that are like, how dare you be right and I didn't come up
and I didn't do it.
Yeah, and I can't do it. So it's like those are the things, because when I like literally there was a video I watched on him, and he said something about a woman, and he asks a woman like, what's your age, what's your dress size, how old, da 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 da. And as soon as, you know, a woman said that she was like a size 8 and she was like 145 pounds and she's like 5'6" or something, he said, hold up.
Unhealthy.
So he was like, your face is really full for a size for 145 pounds. And she was like, thank you. He said, no, that's not good. Like, that's not a good thing. And I want to be like, sis, that's not good. Like, what are we talking about? That's not good. And that's the thing, even when we're talking about like the lady in the coffee date, right? Like, we got to be honest. At the end of the day, like, listen, I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, just like the next person's not everybody's cup of tea, right? And that is fine. As long as I'm the cup of tea to the man that I want and wants me, that's all I care about. I don't give a damn about nobody else, right?
Can we talk about that though? I want to talk about that. You're going where I want you to go.
What?
Because you mentioned, okay, so you're 30 years old. I
am.
How old are you, Diamond?
29. I'll be 30 in March.
Okay. So you guys are getting to that point, right? I mean, this is like big time in your lives.
And I have no kids.
But Sherlene does.
Yeah.
Right? I do. You have one kid. You have one son.
I have one son, yes.
And he's biracial?
Yes, he is.
Okay. So, you know, Kevin Samuels famously said, you don't get better than your baby daddy. What's your take on that? I mean, I know, and like I said, if you could be an honest person, let's rock with it, because this is how I'm gonna kind of premise this for you to kind of make it even clearer for you. Not everybody is in the position to be a Rihanna. Not everyone's in the position to be a Beyonce. Not everyone's in the position to be a Ciara. Not everyone's in the position to be anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, this idea that we're all gonna be elite people and date elite, only the best of the best, it ain't real for all of us. You know what I'm saying? And short men gotta accept that. Ugly men gotta accept it. There was that girl going viral with the big nose for everyone calling her ugly, right? Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
She got to accept that, you know what I'm saying? You know, so because you have a kid and you're a single mom, how do you feel about your okay?
I'm co-parent. I'm in a co-parenting. See, that's the
okay,
issue.
Yeah. I don't want to mess up the words.
A single mom is a woman who has no help. Nothing from her baby daddy, nothing from family members, nothing. She is single by herself, doing it by herself. I am in a co-parenting relationship, but I am single. I'm not even single by status. I'm divorced by status.
So you were married when you had a kid?
Yeah, what? You got me fucked up.
So okay, but you know that gives you more points. If you weren't, you get less
but
points.
I'm saying, like, hold up.
That gives you more points. No, that gives you more points.
I told myself since the day I came out the womb, I'll never be a baby mama. I am a wife.
You're okay. But you agree that women who were married get more points than women that weren't. You agree with that? And what we mean by points is that you're more respected in men's eyes. That's all I mean by points.
I have heard that. You are.
You are. If I don't
you are now like the 10th man to tell me that, and I did not know that.
We respect women who try. I'm not saying you have to get it right all the time.
Right.
But if I want to get with a girl who had a kid and she told me she was married first, I don't look at her the same way as a girl whose legs are wide open and whoever fucking lands. I don't look at it the same way.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know it's tough on both sides, but I think the understanding's different. And you required more. Because you required more from a man, I'm okay with you requiring more from me. My issue is when you require less from everybody, and now you require the fucking roof from me.
Okay, so you went and got a drug dealer off the street and got pregnant. Now you want me to be a ball shot call and take it?
Now you want to talk to your man. Now you want to talk to your man. What? Come on.
As an example, Sherlene, let's say I wanted to date you, and you told me you got to marry me first if you want kids. I would understand. I wouldn't push back at him. I get it because you required that was your requirement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? The issues I have with women is you require less from people in the past, and now you want to upgrade yourself to require more from everybody else. It don't work like that. So okay,
a lot of women are realizing, but they're not realizing in a way where they're learning from their mistakes. They're I said this in one of my videos. A lot of Black women, unfortunately, have a white woman mindset. They do. They pay attention to everything white women do. They want what white women have. They want that white picket fence. They want that top tier man like white women get, right? And then as much as they say that they're not upset when they see a pro baller or a pro NFL or whatever the case may be type of Black man choose a white woman, they're so upset on why they didn't choose a Black woman. But I want to be like, let's take out the white woman and let's just use a Black woman, for instance. A lot of Black women today, modern day Black women, they are not going to stay with a man who is not already top tier in the way that they want, right? So it's like, if you're not already making six figures, if you don't already have the mansion, if you don't already have the cars, if you don't already have whatever the case she's looking for outside of what actually aligns with her, because she has been paying attention so much to what white women get, right? That's exactly the issue. And they don't realize that a lot of these Black men who have probably been with white women now or married to them probably tried with Black women. And those are the Black women who were not actually giving them the, like, when we say all the time, like, don't look at the potential of a man, you got to know discernment enough which man's potential is actually going to be fruition and what man's potential is actually just going to be stagnant. There is a difference, right? So if we can look at a man's potential and be like, you know what? I know he's going to be somebody. Let me help him. I'm going to stay by him. And then 3 years later, oh, that's somebody that you was talking about. Now it's a fruition. Now it's happening, right? But instead, y'all be looking at fruition from a man who don't know how to have a pot to piss in.
Potential.
Like, that's the difference. So it's like, I can't get mad when I see Black men choose white women at such a high caliber status that they're at, because I want to be like, when he was down,
where was your ass at?
Woman, like, what happened?
They want to reap the benefits, but don't want to go through nothing to get there.
Exactly. And then they're complaining because they're like, well, I did it by myself. Bitch, you didn't do it by yourself. You had government assistance. What are you talking about? You had Section 8. What are you talking about?
Cash assistance.
You went to school, but yet you got all this debt, and you're not even using the degree that you went to school for. So what are we talking about?
Or they on child support and using the child support for themselves and not them kids.
What are we talking about?
Selling them food stamps. Selling your food stamps and your kids ain't got no food in the house is diabolical.
I never had to put my ex-husband on child support. Why? Because I chose the correct man to know that he was always going to be a father, regardless. Regardless. He's never disrespected me. He's never put his hands on me. Yeah, we had some battles. Yeah, we did try. But But at the end of the day, I was 21 years old when I got married. I had no business getting married at 21. I didn't even know myself, right?
Hello.
I just wanted to
accountability.
And someone chose me, right? So after doing the work and trying to make it work, because I never wanted to break up my family. But at the end of the day, once I did the work and I'm growing at this speed and I'm like, hello, I want you to grow with me, but you're not doing the work. What can I do more except for, you know what? I got to make sure that I'm good for my son. I can't be the best mother if I'm not the best Sherlene, right? And that's the problem with a lot of women.
How deep are you? This is such an interesting story. How deep are you willing to go with that?
What you want to know?
Well, whatever
love it.
you can refuse. You can refuse, obviously, whatever I ask.
You can ask. And
because I feel like these are learning experiences, right? People can learn from this. And honestly, like, maybe you'll help the future Sherlene. You know what I'm saying?
I love you, brother.
You feel me? Maybe there'll be other people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Shout out to It's His Twin. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, that's literally my brother. Like, know me since I was a jit. Real talk. That's my gang.
Hey. So, okay. So I'm listening to your story. You married a Serbian man at 21. Congrats to you, because that's the time to do it at a young age. In my personal opinion.
I always said that.
Now you might look at it like you weren't ready. I get it. It seems like it wasn't just that you weren't ready, but as you became more of a person, you feel like you were growing, he wasn't growing. Mm-hmm. Was that the deciding factor? Was that a contributing factor or the deciding factor?
It was a couple of things. I think one, I had to realize for myself, I think I probably trauma bonded with him without realizing it. I thought I was coming out of it and not necessarily saying I never loved him, right? But I think the attachment of love in the toxic way was not the same attachment of love that I have now in a healthy way, right? So I think for me, once I realized that, and even though I wanted to continue to grow with this man, I wanted us to fight the battles, right? It was almost like there was this, like, listen, like when I say like my ancestors basically just woke me the fuck up. Like they woke me the fuck up. They were just like, nah, baby girl, you ain't supposed to be on this path. This ain't where you're supposed to be. We need you to get back in alignment with what your purpose is, what your mission is on this lifetime. And so once that kind of happened, as much as I really wanted to, it was almost like this battle of like, this isn't it. And it wasn't like nothing. At the end of the day, I have no disrespect. I have nothing negative to say about my ex-husband, the father of my child, right? He never cheated on me. Like I said, he never disrespected me. He never put his hands on me. Yeah, we're not perfect, but I can say that at the end of the day, my marriage was great. He provided, he protected, right? Like I could talk to him about anything and everything. When I had businesses that I wanted to start, he said, all right, here's the money. Let's talk about it. What you want. Like same thing goes for him. I helped him get his CDL license. I helped him with stuff that get his green card. Like I helped him with a lot of shit. So we built something together. It just wasn't meant for longevity, unfortunately. And that's something that I had to come to terms with. And it wasn't like I was like, I was bored or anything. Absolutely not. It was just more so like the spiritual inner work that I've done and this type of work that I wanted us to do. I did counseling. I wanted us to do their couples counseling. They don't do that where they're from. That's not a thing, right? And as much as you try to not necessarily like force somebody, but it was almost like too much of a heavy battle to get someone to be like, we need somebody to be the middleman for us, because clearly me talking to you isn't working, right? Me trying to get you to understand certain things about myself, or me trying to understand you in a way that obviously I can't do it. So I need a second person to help me. It wasn't working. So it was just like a bunch of things that kind of just came all together at one point. And I was just like, I'm not happy. You're not happy. We're not sleeping in the same bed. We're not affectionate.
All that led to you guys not sleeping in the same bed?
Yeah. We got to a point we weren't sleeping in the same bed no more. We got to the point where we weren't affectionate no more. We got to the point where
was it on your end or his end?
Both. Like it was like
I got a lot of questions for this. And look, my goal is I want to see you win, right? So it's not like I'm trying to figure out ways to stick it to you, because I got no horse in this race, so I don't really care either way it goes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm curious as if you said that he met. There's a lot of things he did right, right? And so I'm assuming that you wanted the divorce, not him.
I did want a divorce. Yep.
So I guess the first question I'll ask because this is the thing I always think about when people get divorced. Do you feel like you divorced him to get into a better situation?
No, I divorced him because I personally, for me, got to a point where the love I had for him wasn't enough love to continue to hold on to us, if that makes sense. It was more so like I had love for him. I enjoyed him as a person. I enjoyed his company. We're even to this day, we're best friends to this day. I feel like it's crazy to say that, right? Because it's like we married each other, and it's not like I never loved the man. I absolutely loved him. I would have never married him, right? So it wasn't never that. It was just more so, I think for me, I had such a hard time with loving myself individually, to the point where I got to that point. It was almost like I didn't know how to give this to this person that I loved out of toxicity, out of trauma. So it was like, I'm trying to give him healthy love that I'm getting now, and I'm starting to understand, but yet it's not connecting the same for some reason. And I didn't understand that. So I was just like battling that, especially when I was talking to my therapist. I'm like, I'm trying to understand him. I'm trying to, grow with him. I'm trying to and I believe 100% that people go through battles in marriage where you're not going to like somebody, right? You're not going to like your partner. You're not going to want to be around them. You're not going to like the person that they are, whatever the case may be at some point. But if you two are both trying to still work at it, trying to understand each other, trying to better, right? That's the part that works in a marriage. If one person's trying and the other person's just not trying whatsoever, you kind of have to get to a point where you're like, well, shit, like what more can I do? Right. And then at the end of the day, I'm never going to stay in a marriage just because we have a child together. If I'm not happy, you're not happy. If we're not doing anything to actually better each other, and yet, I'm screaming at you all the time. Like I wasn't the perfect wife. I can admit that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what it meant to be a wife at the time that I was a wife, but I did try. It wasn't like I didn't try. It was just more so the situation got so damaging to the point where it was like, we couldn't even talk to each other without starting to argue. And it was just like, what more can I do? Like, I'm trying, but you're not trying.
So you feel like he stopped trying?
Oh, for sure.
Interesting.
For
sure. So can you admit that you have to believe that there's something better out there for you in order to leave? There has to be it can't be you're trying to jump out the frying pan into the fire. There's no way that you're thinking, all right, this is bad, but I'm about to jump into something worse. It has to be that.
What do you mean? Like, you thought, like, do you mean like if I thought there was like a better man?
What a better opportunity for you? Like, do you feel like you could take this opportunity now? And let me. I think Diamond needs a. Okay. I don't know if you need a break. I could. Beat
Nah. My brother texted me. My brother texted me. Was on my ass. He said, "Who the fuck is that?"
Okay. Cool. Yeah. No, I just want to make sure I run a good show. And you gotta give you guys a space to do what you got to do. Sherlene, so do you feel like in order to leave, part of the presumption is there's something better out there to leave for? Because let me ask, how about I present it to you this way?
No, I think I understand what you're saying.
What if, as bad as that situation was, it's the best situation for you?
It's the best. I got that question a lot. And
what if that's the case?
Hold you. There's definitely, when we first got divorced, there was that whole first year, I battled with, did I make a mistake? Was that the best? Like, will that always be the best that I could do? Right? Like, I definitely battled that.
Given the circumstance, the kid, this. Without a kid, then walk away, blah, blah. But now that you have a child, it makes things, when we bring kids into this world, how people say soul ties? Now we got blood ties. Now we got family ties, right? Like now you my family now, whether I like your ass or not. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I think things are so tough for. I think one of the hardest things I think for single, I don't want to say, I know you want to use a single mom, but women who are mothers, she blacked out again. Damn. She got pissed off?
That's really, no, that's probably her service for us. She has bad service.
Okay.
There, she's about to come back. Sherlene, drop down and come back because it's not going to do it.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, she knew what to do.
Okay. I'm like, damn, we're about to get to this thicker thing. Maybe she upset about this.
But relationships don't last just because of kids. That's one of the comments. And thank you, Portia, for your $2.
Oh, let me see. I didn't see that. Let me see. From the yeah, thank you for donating. I appreciate everyone that donated. I mean, you see, I'm so locked into the guests I have today because this is like when I had my boy Jeff St. James up here. That was remarkable.
Really? So, I'm gonna have to watch that one.
Yeah, he's going viral right now, and I could introduce you guys. He's a black therapist, a black married therapist who's married to a black woman who has a kid with a black woman, and he's going viral for some of his talking points on dating. So definitely check that out. But all I wanted to say to her, and I'm gonna say it to her when she gets back on as well, is just that like I think one of the troubles with having kids, it conflicts things so much because it's almost like if you're going to leave, it has to be like a last resort. That's what it feels. Yeah, like. It can't be like I just feel like I could get better, or it has to be like everything been exhausted because no one's going to treat you and your kid as good as the biological dad in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No one is going to have the opportunity to be as
present as that biological or that, like as in that
or committed. Everyone else can walk away.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you and your son problem? I'm out.
Yeah.
But the father really can't walk away. The only people that really can't walk away.
I agree
to
that.
That can leave your son at the daycare is you and the father. Everyone else is like, nigga, that ain't my kid.
Real talk. Real talk. They quick to say that ain't my baby. Where your baby daddy at? Go call his daddy.
Right. So surely what I wanted to say to you, and I was saying it to Queen Diamond is that I feel like in a scenario when you have a kid, not that you should stay in an abusive relationship, not that you should stay for severe disrespect or violence or anything like that. But I feel like leaving has to be such a last resort only because there's no one going to be as receptive to your child, have a much positive, as committed to your child, or has like as much as stake as the biological father. So I'm not saying you can't leave, and I'm not saying you have a reason to leave. You might do. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to get to the bottom of, is it possible that that's the best you could possibly do? And are you keeping that open? Because I'm not saying, look, go out there, try, see if you can find better. But if you can't, it might make sense to keep that door open and say, screw it, man. Like, you know, this is just a life. This is just a life I have. Because I won't lie, I feel like if we were able to change races, a lot of people would change their race. But race is something that you can't just change. You just got to stick with it, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, and sometimes life is like that, right? Oh, you're a male, now we trying to change that, right? Oh, you ain't a male no more. But we don't believe that, right? We believe that you just mutilated yourself. So realistically, there's a lot of things in life that there is no, like, I can't swap my dad out. I can't swap my sister out. Me and my sister had our issues, and we're kind of getting better now. But one of the things that allows us to get better is I can't trade her for nobody. And because we're so tied to my daddy, your daddy, my mama, your mama, we done been kids together. You know what I'm saying? You know me better than anybody know me. There's nobody that can really care about me on my deathbed as much as my own sister. Even if we beef about real shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts. Do you feel like, I guess the question is, two questions. Are you open to the idea that, as bad as that may be, you and your ex-husband, that it might be the best scenario? That's one question. And then the other question is, do you think you can do better?
I can do better for myself. I can't do better as
far in a relationship.
You mean as choosing someone better?
As in, like you could go out there and command a better a relationship that you would find.
I have had better since my ex-husband. I have had better. And so it's not that I can't. And I think the difference is because of the fact that I've done the work. So I've tracked it differently, right? And so I think that's like something that I have had to learn throughout doing the inner work, right? I got diagnosed with bipolar borderline personality disorder in 2018. So between that, postpartum depression, I have a chronic skin condition that's uncurable, hidradenitis suppurativa. You know what I'm saying? I've had all these things. So it's like with just working through those things, not only have I done better for myself, but I also know how to attract better when it comes to relationship. And it's like I have had better. And that's no disrespect to my ex-husband. It's just the fact that we're just not in alignment. That's just what it comes down to. Right? No matter how much, like, I try, even to this day, like I said, we're not perfect. But when I try to talk to that man sometimes, I can't do it because I'm like, we're not going to be able to. He doesn't register the way that needs to be registered in order to have a healthy type of communication between us, right? You know, one thing he used to say to me all the time, and it really, really like triggered the shit out of me, was when we would get in an argument and he would be like, "You're a joke." When I tell you, listen, Diamond will tell you, I was a crash out. I was toxic as hell. I listen, I've done some things, but when he would say stuff like that, I was like, first of all, you wouldn't even be where you at without me. What the fuck we talking about? Like, you wouldn't even have your green card. You wouldn't even have your citizen without me. So before you sit here and call
now you dangling. Now you dangling.
But I'm saying, like, the toxic part of me.
I was going to say that's her crash out. That's
that was where I was at with it. And it's not saying that that's good. That's not good to say.
Well, he was dismissive. To say someone's a joke is dismissive.
But that's where it was like those type of conversations between us was just such a battle. And it's like, even to this day, it's like, you know, me going to therapy and the type of therapist that I work with and this, that, and the third, he's still to this day at times, I'm like, you can't say certain things to me and think that I'm not going to take that and want to crash out. But I have to reel it back in and be like, this man doesn't control my emotions. I control my emotions, right? So it's like, regardless of how he feels, I still have to take control of how I feel and how I move. So it's like, those are the issues where it's still to this day where it's like, I couldn't go back if I wanted to, because we're not in alignment. We're not going to be able to even be in a healthy, functioning relationship whatsoever. And I just have to chalk that up as, you know what, Sherlene, you did your part, right? You did your part as far as why the marriage didn't work. He did his part on why the marriage didn't work. No matter how bad you want it to work, you know, I got to just let go. And, you know, God's going to do what it's going to do. If it's truly meant for me, I always say what's meant for me will never pass me by. If that man and I are truly meant to be together at some point in time, if it's going to happen, it'll happen. But I don't see that happening. And I just have to be like, we can co-parent, right? We still have a lot of love for each other. But at the end of the day, it's not even about us no more. It's about our child.
Right.
And that's all that matters. I'm not going to stay in something just because we have a child together. And we're
no.
And
I think the thing that when people say that, Shirley, not to cut you off, and I want to make sure that you don't have to feel like you got to repeat yourself a lot. Yeah. Because I'm paying attention to you. And I'm not, like I said, I have no horse in this race. And I'm not even trying to argue that what you're saying is wrong. I just want to understand.
No.
Right. I'm not. So you listen, if you exhausted it, you exhausted it. That's I'm cool with that. But so many people run out without exhausting it. And
I agree 100%.
So many people, they're so quick to get a divorce. Like Tyrese's wife. The minute it came in her mind, she just filed for it, and it was no turning back. And I think she looks back at it like, oh damn, I just listened to people. Mm-hmm. I should have never done that. Mm-hmm. I created this whole mess for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
women do that on social media all the time. I literally just saw a video of a woman who said she divorced her husband after 10 years because she was tired of being in comfort or something like that. I forgot what word she used exactly. And I'm just like, she's basically saying she was bored. So I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. A lot of people.
Like, what? That's that. I didn't go out of my marriage to go to chaos. Best believe. Like when I got my thing is when I got divorced, I took 2 years to myself. I didn't touch nobody. I didn't touch no man. I didn't talk to no man. I didn't do nothing with no man. I wanted to focus on Sherlene and be the best Sherlene so that I could be the best mother. That's all I cared about. And once I got to that point where I was just like, you know what? Like maybe I am ready to date. Maybe I am ready to see what's out there. I took my time with it based off of what I had learned now. I didn't go back out there just to be in the streets and, you know, playing and dogging and doing this, that, and the third. I didn't give a fuck about none of that, right? And I also made sure of the type of men that I chose to have access to me. Not every man deserves to have access to me, period. And I don't mean that rudely, like I'm just this high like person. I just mean that not every man deserves access, just like not every woman deserves access of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's the difference between men and women. Like, we're not taking the time to, one, vet these men, vet these women, right? We're not taking the time to really, I think a lot of people don't understand themselves enough, right? They don't know how to sit with themselves, ask themselves the deeper questions, but they want validation, external validation from other people so much, right? A lot of women just want to say, at least I got a man. But do you have a man who has emotional support? Do you have a man who's intelligent? Do you have a man who's done the work? Do you have a man who has open space for you? Who's going to be by your side when you are going through like real life shit? You get what I'm saying? Like those are the things that we as women should be focused on instead of focusing about a man who's 6'4", who makes 6 figures, who has a mansion, who has like whatever many followers that you're looking for, this, that, like none of that shit matters.
Okay.
And that's the problem in our community. Like,
so you have a wider net than a lot of women. You're not casting a net where he has to be all these requirements on top of financial. You're looking for something.
I don't even care about finance. Listen, I dated a man who was a basketball coach. He wasn't making 6 figures, but he was kind. He was considerate. Okay. He treated me correctly.
No, dating is going to be easier for you. The problem, you're not the typical case. The typical case is a lot of women date a man, they have a kid, they're no longer with said man, and now they want someone better than him, even though, you know, let's be honest with you, like people dating a woman with children is harder because she has less time. That's one of the reasons. 2, if you want to start your own family, you know, she started that already. So it's not brand new. You can't be mad at the person for wanting. I'm not mad at, first of all, well, I don't have any kids. But so for me.
Sad to say, go ahead.
Go ahead, Diamond, you go.
Sad to say it, I'm just going to say it like that. Y'all know I don't care. A lot of black men do not want no woman with a whole bunch of goddamn kids, let alone kids, period, because they don't want to deal with no other men. Not necessarily like that, because a lot of black women do have a lot of problems with their baby daddies and shit, but like that's an issue on top of a woman feel like you can't tell their kid shit, you can't discipline, you can't do certain, like, it's just too much that comes with that. So I really feel like a lot of men do gravitate towards women with no kids. If they can have that option, they would prefer that. But there's, you know,
and how do you feel about that, Sherlene? How do you feel about you're not the first choice because of something that you feel like maybe you feel like shouldn't be held against you?
So you know what's crazy? I'm gonna tell you, I don't feel no way.
Okay, good. Then that's good. This is good.
That men with children should date women with children. Men without children should date women without children. And
you would date a man without children, but you would understand. Like you get that you could get his perspective. Absolutely. All it really is understanding. Like I would date a girl with kids, unless I want her to treat me like. I just don't want to be treated like, oh, you need to worship me, and like that's what it turns into. A lot of women want the whole worshiping thing. I'm like, where is this coming from? And then on top of that, they don't want to look at it like, all right, we all have our advantages and disadvantages, right? Like me, I'm a dude. You know, I feel like I got everything but the money. I'm getting to the money now with YouTube and kind of growing. But, you know, that's the one thing that's like people could say.
But money doesn't make you. You make money.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I don't think so either. But a lot of women do judge. Exactly. I tell the truth that I know a lot of women. I met 2 girls.
That's a white mindset. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's not us. That's not a black community mindset. That's a white mindset.
What's not?
That men should have money.
That is a black community mindset. What you talking about? These gold digging ass bitches.
No. What I'm saying
I'm on your ass.
No,
I'm
what
on
I'm
your
saying
ass.
is that like we have like a lot of black women has conditioned to think that, oh, if a man's not making this type of money, then I don't want him.
Well, guess what?
We've never been like that in our community. As long as a man was providing, first of all, I want to be like, this is how I look at it. A lot of these women that are saying that, I want to be like, a lot of y'all were born off of broke ass niggas.
We all was.
What are we talking about?
We all was.
Broke ass niggas. What the fuck?
We all was. My daddy was broke. He didn't get no money, so I was in elementary school.
I'm adopted. My mom and dad had 10 motherfucking kids together. When I say they was broke.
Hold on, but Sherlene, this is why I said that was bullshit, because that did come from the black community. I get why you say it came from the white community, but it came from the black women, because what am I trying to say? I lost my track. Hold on. No, what I was saying was they have that, oh, I'm not getting with a man who ain't got no money. But most black men, that they be fucking with don't have no money. It just don't be making no sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? Like, what are y'all talking about? I just want to be like, your mom was with a man who had no money and you in the world.
But the argument they have for that is, well, I don't want to keep doing the same thing that my mom did wrong. I want to break that.
But you already did it.
Thank you. You already did the cycle. What are we talking
about?
Well,
they'll say, like, I don't want to keep doing the cycle.
You can't. Here's my thing. I'm all for, once you learn and you want to change the cycle, go ahead. But you can't sit here and complain. Like, this is my thing. If you are a woman and you sat there and watched your mom get her back broken out by 4 different men and came with like 4 children or 5 children, and you're like, that'll never be me. I'll never be my mom. And
then you go do the same shit.
And then you do the same shit. And then now all of a sudden you're like, I don't want, like, this ain't it. Like, I want a man. What, girl? I think you missed something because you already did the cycle.
Like, you know what? I can attest to that.
Like,
I can. I saw my mama doing the whole bunch of shit, but what I looked at it as is I ain't doing that shit. And what did I do? I didn't do that shit.
Right. And some women, when they say they really don't. But some women, unfortunately.
And I love my mama and she love all her kids, but I'm just saying, she knew she be talking to me like, you right. I talk to my mom and she watches my content and she's learning.
She's learning from your content?
My mom is learning. My dad watches my content. They be like, you got social media just in a frenzy, huh?
They're proud.
They're never telling me I'm wrong. They're not telling me to stop. They literally keep telling me keep doing what you're doing. So clearly doing something right. My parents.
And I'm trying to help you, Queen. I feel like we got to get you really popping and rolling.
I'm trying to stop cussing so much. I'm trying to have kids. I don't want to be that mom.
I mean, a lot of comedians are cursing too. You got to find your unique way to get your voice out, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Sherlene, I want to ask this because Diamond's in a relationship. I want to ask this to you though, like, what kind of man do you want, and what kind of man you feel like you could command?
Before she answers, I'm not with the same man that I was with for 6 years. Just so y'all know, that ain't that.
Wait, what?
She's not with the same man that she was with for 6 years. She's with a whole new man now.
Oh, wait, what? How new is this? We just had a conversation not that long ago.
Yeah, it was then.
The man that laid in her lap is not.
That is not the man I was talking about.
Damn.
Yeah.
Buddy wasn't great.
We didn't get to that story, and I didn't want to bring it up.
We didn't finish it on the phone when you called. We didn't finish it. I was talking about it. We didn't finish it.
Oh, okay. You were going to get to that, but you didn't get to that.
Yeah, he chose other girls. Yeah, we'll talk.
Okay. I got you.
And he made his choice. I'm gonna tell y'all, he had the best of both worlds. He had 2 women. I was understanding the bitch ain't like me. I stayed around. She stayed around, but she was complaining, and I wasn't. He kept choosing the
complaining one.
No, he kept choosing the problem instead of choosing the peace. So I decided to let my peace be still with some peace that wanted me. You hear me?
And that's fine. And you can command that. Listen, I'm all for people getting like that girl that played Travis Hunter. I'm not mad at her. The girl that finessed
Who?
Shannon Sharp, I'm not mad at the girl.
Who?
Travis Hunter is the high school football player that made it into the league. The black man, he got married to a
The
white
one that
girl with the
married
tattoos,
that
and now she's pregnant.
Latino chick.
Yeah.
And then
Pregnant.
they got divorced.
I don't think they got divorced, did they?
Yeah. Wait, are you? Yeah, because he was like the number one in like the kind of.
They got divorced already. You sure? I seen that.
It
Was that not a
I think
rumor?
we're talking about the same like because everybody was.
Is that a rumor? Or that's true though.
Is this the chick that everybody's telling you?
I don't think they got divorced though. I don't know. Don't quote me. I don't.
But are we
think
talking about the same man, the one that everybody was like get a prenup?
Yeah, I think but let me see. I'm actually
I
curious.
kept seeing stuff talking about they were getting a divorce. So I don't know if it's real or not.
I don't think it's real.
But if it is, everybody's like, shoot, I told you. Like,
I mean, shit. We don't be knowing what these people really be going through.
Like, she knew what she was doing.
Nah.
One thing I will always say when nobody know when my relationship go left anyway, because I don't talk about it.
That's what I'm saying. I keep my stuff private.
Not even that. I just don't care to share some shit I don't care for people opinions on.
Well, I mean,
I'm not gonna share some shit I don't want an opinion on.
It's not everybody's business anyway.
No, I'm talking about in life, period. I'm not sharing some shit I don't want nobody's business.
No,
you tell people shit, you give them room to give you an opinion.
Right.
Even when it's you talking to your family, your friends, or whatever. That's why I literally choose what I say to whoever the fuck. I don't give a fuck. I want to phone my friend, bitch. If I don't want you to say certain shit to me, I ain't gonna tell you certain shit.
Right.
What
was your question, sir?
So,
I remember he said, "What type of man do you command?" or what, something like that.
Yeah. So, and thank you. Damn,
you're
paying attention.
Look, women, start listening.
I have young timers, so you're gonna have to repeat.
I'm not talking about you.
She said young timers compared to old timers.
Yeah, I promise you.
Funny.
I do. It's crazy.
The thing about it is that like to me, I'm for everybody wanting what they want. That's why I like when Diamond said people have their expectations, their standards, and their preferences. Right? I'm gonna keep using that and we conflate those. I do agree. That's actually so much wisdom in there because what it's saying is people think that something's a standard just because they want it. No, it's not. Standard is what you can achieve. Standard is your bare minimum, right? That's what you normally do, right? Mm-hmm. So for you, what do you feel like is the man that you want, and is it the same thing as the man that you can command?
That's a good question.
Because it's okay if you want more.
Where I hear you.
But if you feel like you can't command what you want, it's okay for saying that, right? Like, I want $1 billion. I don't know if I'm able to get it, but I know I want it.
Nah, I feel you.
So you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. That's a good question. Where I'm at in my life right now, the biggest thing that I am learning just because of the fact that I was married is that one, you know, if I ever want to get married again, because to me, outside of, it's not saying that I don't want to be someone's girlfriend, but since I've already kind of done what quote unquote would be like a higher level of commitment, right? It's harder for me to just be at such a low level with anybody because I've already done it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm coming across a man and if he's not moving in a way where it's like he wants to be a husband and that what that looks like for him, then it's going to be harder for me to be anything outside of what I would be, quote unquote, a wife, right? So like, for instance, a lot of women like to say, you know, stop cooking for these men if they're not your husband or whatever the case may be, right? I don't care about that shit. I don't care about that shit. If I'm cooking, why would I not cook my man? Why would I not keep my man? Right? I don't give a. And on top of that, to go back on that real quick, my biggest thing that I look for is just a man who has just worked on himself. That's my biggest thing right now. Like, I don't need you to be perfect. I don't need you to have it all together. I don't have it all together. I'm not perfect. I don't strive to be perfect. I strive to be the best version of myself, right? Whatever that looks like for me, but I don't look for anything outside of that. So it's like, I look for a man who's just, you know, consistent with himself, who's very self-aware with himself, who's striving to be the best version of himself, who's kind, considerate, generous, right? Who can reciprocate what I know that I can give, right? because at the end of the day, I am very much a very loyal I've always been an over giving type of person. I've had to learn not to always give everything to a man that's not giving me something, right? So it's like I'm not pouring into nobody's cup that I know is not pouring back into me. And it's not saying that in a way where it's like I should be give, or you need to give me this. I'm not that type of woman. But what I am saying is that if I have open space for you, if I am being considerate to you, if I'm being respectful to you, if I value you as a man, I deserve that back regardless. Right. And that's something that I've had to learn instead of always thinking that it's something that's just earned. Like to me personally, it's like as much as like, I think I was like, I never knew how to truly value a man. I knew how to.
Your shit is choppy. Your connection is terrible. I knew it.
Damn.
Sherlene, we're gonna have to bring you back another day.
Yeah, you were cooking just now for all that cooking. All right, yeah, let's wrap it up with you because it is kind of late, and so Sherlene,
and I'm getting ready to head out too. So
yeah, so yo, Diamond, man, what a great first time.
One of a kind.
We need you. You like our version. You like the red pill Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? Like,
call me the female Kevin Samuels. I'm calling shit out.
I feel like when
he passed away, he was like,
this was good, and I think you're the end. I think you're literally like the opposite of what Cardi B is. But you could relate to her in a way that a lot of us can't relate to her. So it's like you could see, like, all right, I walk that walk with you, but you're trying to go this way. I'm trying to go this way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Cardi B is bad.
No, and I was a big fan of Cardi B at first.
Yeah, I'm not saying she's bad, but I think that she got
a lot of learning to do because she's not that much older than me anyway.
Yeah, no, she's not. Guys, everybody, thank you for joining the live stream. This was a lot more fun than I could think. Sherlene, when you see this, we appreciate you. You just got bad Wi-Fi, so we had to move on with it. Diamond, you are definitely a diamond. You definitely are a gem to the community. So we definitely want to hear more of what you got to say. Please go follow her TikTok, IG. I'm gonna put Instagram. Do you have IG too?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put all her links in the description. I'm gonna put all her links in the
description. Do I need to send them to you?
Yeah, just send it to me and they're gonna be in the description. We're gonna make sure we're gonna bid Sherlene off with a good goodbye as well. Sherlene, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I think we're gonna do it again.
Absolutely.
We'll do it again. And honestly, I think you guys are reasonable, and that's what it's all about. So Diamond, Sherlene, all y'all, appreciate y'all. Man, this is a big win for Black Love, yo. I think this is something that if we could keep working like this, I think our community got something. If we could because all this understanding, we all came from different backgrounds. Look at it, all different backgrounds, but we all can unite, right? Absolutely. And I think that's what happened tonight. I think we all united in perspective.
Are you single?
I am.
Hold on before we leave. What's going on for you?
I knew Sherlene was gonna do that.
It was coming.
So you got to think someone in my position who's like, a Z-list celebrity. You know what I'm saying? I get recognized in public. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
I'm building. I'm 37, no kids. Personal
37.
trainer. Fit. Yeah, I'm
37.
Thank you.
Okay.
No, he does. I thought he was like 33. I would have never.
We're gonna take this to TikTok, okay? This is live recorded and getting posted, girl.
I'm just saying, like, I thought he was like way younger than 37.
I appreciate.
No, I thought he was too.
I didn't. So for me, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I don't want to fall in love just yet, just because I don't want to derail what I'm doing. Like my purpose is to do what we're doing right here, and so I want to make sure I achieve the goal. And I'd rather just wait till I'm like rolling in millions before I start a family. That's what I'm thinking right now.
Got you.
So everybody else is going to be fun.
You a man. You can be pumping and dumping until you 89. So you good.
But the fact that you understand that, to me, makes you a viable person to date. One of the hardest things is to be I want to go to bed with a woman that gets it. That's the biggest thing.
I get you.
You feel me? Like you get it. Like it's easier to just deal with you.
Yeah. But let me start playing matchmaker. I'm about to start I'm about to start doing speed dates in my lives.
I just
I
feel like
said that.
you understand so rare. It's so rare
I'm
to
doing
be
it.
understood by a black woman. It's like, what? You understand me? Like, that's
And
all we
I'm
want.
learning that.
We'll work with everything else, but we don't want chaos inside our own home.
Yeah. Like you don't want to go
Play
out
with
in
our
the
own
world.
girl in our own home. That's like,
yeah, like you're a black man going out in the world, having it be what it is to you, and then you come home and you got a woman who's sitting here giving you lip 24/7. Like, girl, like I come home to peace, not come home to more chaos that I'm already dealing with. I get it. I completely understand it. And it's like it's so funny because like black men like y'all talk like when me or Diamond or when you come across one, they're like, oh my God, like y'all are just one. And I'm like, are we really just like 1 in a million?
it's
like,
rare.
Are y'all
Every
really
girl I
not
meet
coming
wants to
across
control
us?
me.
We are
Every
rarity.
girl wants to control me, right? Like I'm making it to the finish line, and now they're trying to tell me what to do now that I'm here. Like, bro, you didn't help me run this race.
Right.
I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's the trouble I get. You know what I'm saying? So
I got you.
that's why I'm particularly single, but not because I'm any sort of beautiful black queens. I'm surrounded by them, but
yeah.
they
And you a
all
handsome man,
want
I'm
to
sure you will have no
control
problem.
Huh?
You're a handsome man, I'm sure you'll have no problem.
Thank you. I'm not worried about it. So, but I'm worried about this job. So either way,
Absolutely.
go ahead.
I'm gonna tap out, y'all. Me and my
Yes,
man are
we're
going.
all gonna
I
tap
know,
out.
I'm about to
We're all
tap
gonna
out
tap
me
out.
too.
Queen Diamond, Sherlene, thank you everybody. Everybody, thank you for joining the live stream. I'm gonna bring them back. I'm gonna talk to Queen and we
Oh yeah, bring me back anytime.
All right. Y'all all have a wonderful night though. I appreciate y'all. Peace.
Subscribe to Shay, man.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Love y'all. Bye, Ashay.